This is the build video for the wedge shallow water anchor. I've had so many questions about it and so many requests to make a build video. So here it is. What I'm showing you right now is I'm marking 3/8 of an inch on each side. What I use to build these are 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch 14 gauge square tubing. And I'm etching a line down each side of this tube where I'm going to cut out the center section. And the reason why I'm etching out 3/8 inches, or 3/8 of an inch on each side, is so that it'll still give it strength so it won't bend, and it leaves enough room in there for where I'm going to put the hydraulic cylinder. As you can see, guys, I do the same thing for each tube. I score a line all the way down each side of it, 3/8 of an inch away from the edge. Now, guys, what you see is I'm bringing over a 3/4 by 3/4 by 1/8 inch thick angle iron, a piece of 3/4 by 3/4 by 1/8 inch thick angle iron to use as a straight edge. I'm using some welding clamp pliers to clamp it in place so that I can maintain a straight edge down here because I don't want it to be crooked. So that's what you see me setting up right now. Guys, what you see me doing right here is testing to make sure that the angle grinding wheel, the cutting wheel, is correctly positioned on the etch line. And if I have to adjust the angle line, I will. Make sure you wear your safety equipment when you're using these. I normally don't use gloves, but I will put my glasses on because you're going to have a lot of sparks. And as you can see, there's a fan running in the background, and they will blow the sparks in your face. So I put on my safety glass to make sure that nothing gets in my eyes. Now I'm repositioning the angle iron so that I can cut the other side. Now, guys, what you see is the center section totally cut out. This is what you should have left over. This is a strip that is cut out. So you can discard this strip because you won't be needing it anymore. What you see right now is pretty much the design used, what I use to build the wedge shallow water anchors. And I went to Lowe's and bought this maul to scrape away all the excess filings that comes from cutting it with the cutting wheel. You have these slivers inside, and you don't want your hand to get cut with these metal slivers, so you use that maul to pull in the inside to cut away the metal slivers to make sure that it's safe for you to use, so you won't cut your hand on these when you're using them and when you're moving them around. Also, you want to make sure that they are not there so it doesn't cut your hydraulic hose or scratch up anything once you mount them on your boat. Now what you have is one side cut out, and this is what it should look like. As you can see, it has the 3/8 inch sides. Okay guys, what you see here is my homemade plasma table. I'm cutting out the cutouts on the side of the wedge shallow water anchors. I'm probably going to build me a new table, a bigger one, but this is the one that I use right now currently. And I designed these octagon cutouts just to make it a little lighter without taking away from the strength of the wedge upper and lower control arms. This is the first one that I did, and I cut away the center portion, and now it's on the CNC table. And while this is going on, I'm also cutting out the second control arm. And now what you see me doing right here is I'm using my angle grinder to grind down and smooth out the cutouts, knocking off all the dross that came up from the plasma table, smoothing it out, making everything smooth, and make sure it's smooth enough so when I paint it, I don't have to worry about no imperfections on it. Here, making sure the inside is clean, making sure I get rid of all the excess dross and all the debris from the inside, because these square tubing come with a lot of oil on them, so I'm wiping all that off to make sure that when it's ready for painting, I don't have to worry about anything. That I'm using acetone on this rag to wipe everything down to get all the oil and everything off of it, so when you paint them, you don't have to worry about your paint coming off. Hey guys, this is going to be the end of part 1 in this series. I hope you enjoyed this. What I did not tell you is that each of these upper control, the upper and the lower control arm, is 52 inches long. So that's I guesstimated. I didn't know how long to make them. I just guesstimated from what I looked at and I saw on the internet.